95% of your habits are unconscious. Your habits create your energy, your health, and your performance. Are your habits getting you where you want? You have techniques that help relieve stress, that help reduce fatigue and increase your vital energy. My name is David Beaudry. I'm a personal trainer and a Qigong instructor here in Walnut Creek. I've been a health professional for the last 5 years. Got a degree in psychology with an emphasis on sports psychology. And what I do is integrate body, breath, mind, and movement to create a holistic approach to fitness. Essentially, we do functional movements, full body movements, which are using your entire body, using your core. So the benefits, you're increasing the amount of calories you're burning, you're building lean body mass, while at the same time working your nervous system, so your coordination, your balance, your flexibility is also dramatically improved. It's very simple. We start with the mindset because that's where it begins. So we begin there. After the mindset, we go with proper movement, posture, spinal alignment, making sure that each movement is done in a safe and effective manner. The form is number one, quality over quantity. Next, we follow with nutrition, hydration, and recovery. It's important to know how far to push your body and where your limits are, so you will be understanding your body in a deeper way, in a more holistic manner, not only through the body but through the mind as well. So we have next, now we'll show you what I'm talking about. We're going to show you some very simple movements that you can do at home. And basically what we're going to use is it's called a Bosu ball. And this is going to challenge our balance and stability, your coordination, essentially working a lot of your stabilizer muscles. So each movement is going to integrate not only a particular muscle group, but also stabilizing muscles. So you're going to be burning a lot more calories, and your nervous system is going to be challenged, which is going to help improve your overall balance and skill set. This is Ignacio. He's a good friend of mine and a great personal trainer here. So he's going to show us how to do the first movement, which is push-up plank. Okay, very simply push-up plank here on the Bosu. So the first movement we're going to be doing is the push-up plank position. And you can do this at home. You don't need a Bosu ball. The Bosu does add an extra challenge to it, and Ignacio is going to be with us showing us how to do that. Okay, so basically the first thing you do is come over here, and if you have a Bosu, grab the edges. If not, just put your hands on the floor, that's fine. Your feet are going to be out, and you keep your pelvis in alignment with your spine, so we don't want your butt in the air or back. And the Ignacio will now perform this. So as you see now, right here is a little arc, so we want to raise his hips just a little bit. Good. So nice straight spine. Now in this position, not only are his arms working, but also his stabilizers, his abs are working, his hip flexors are working, his upper back is working. So he's burning calories right now. The next movement now is a push-up. It's very important as you're doing the push-up to breathe out on the exertion point or the contraction. So he breathes out, extending force, and then as he comes down, he breathes in, gathering energy, then breathes out, extending force. Good. So while he's doing this, you can go ahead and stop. That's fine. His shoulder stabilizers are working, as well as his chest, his triceps, and since he's on an unstable surface, his core is forced to work as well. So we're burning maximum number of calories as well as building lean body mass. So that's the first movement. The next movement we're going to show you is the squat. It's a very basic movement. It's a compound movement, working mainly the quads, the glutes, and the hips. Your legs are your biggest muscle on your body, so it's very important when you're trying to lose weight, if you're trying to get fit, to use your legs. Too often in the American society, we sit down all day. We are at our job, we're driving a car, we're always sitting, our legs are never working. That's also where all your hormones, testosterone are. So you get your legs moving, the rest will follow. So squats, key component in any workout program. Okay, so what we're going to do here, go ahead and get in a squat position. Basically,
on the Bosu, or?
We're going to do it on flat ground first. So you want your feet shoulder width apart, and as you squat down, you don't want your knees to pass over your toes. That creates a shearing force that we do not want. So as he squats down, he is going to stick his butt out, his glutes out, like he's sitting in a chair. Okay, go ahead and come down. Perfect. Get back up. Go ahead and keep going. So when he's in the down position, here his quads, stay there. Quads are firing, glutes are firing. We want to come down to a 90-degree angle and back up, breathing out. You breathe in, gathering energy as you come down. Exhale, explode up. It's very important to keep your abdominals tight and back natural curve as you come up and down. Also keep your chest up. We do not want any rounding of the back like this. This is not good for the back. So we keep the spine erect. Spinal stability and alignment is very important. So that's a very basic squat that you can do. To make it more challenging and to do the type of training that I like to do is we use different forms of stability, like the Bosu ball here. So all we do now is squat on an unstable surface. So now what's happening, go ahead and get on the Bosu. Very good. It's a little wet, be careful. Good. So what's happening now, since he's on an unstable surface, he's not even doing anything yet, but his stabilizers around the ankle are moving and adjusting. The ligaments around his knee is also having to adapt. So what's happening is his nervous system, his subconscious, is having to adapt to the environmental change. So it may not look like it, but he's burning calories right now, you see? And when he adds in a squat, it's going to throw off his center of balance. So each movement, his body has to react to the unstable surface. One, generating more balance and coordination. Two, burning more calories. Three, affecting his core more. His core has to stay tight. If his core is not tight, if his abdominals are not tight, he will lose his balance. Okay? So go ahead and squat for us. I'm not sure. Very good. All right. Excellent. And if you see, you can see his knees shaking just a little bit. He's really got great form. Come on up. Excellent. Come on down. And his feet are slightly adjusting to the unstable surface as he's coming up and down. Good. Is that harder than the first one?
It is.
Good. So as he's going up and down, not only are his legs working, but his stabilizers around his knees and ankles are working, which is important in any activity you do, whether you like to hike, walk, run, swim. You know, if you have knee problems, ankle problems, anything like that, you incorporate these things and we help to stabilize your muscles. We improve your overall health. Very good. That's excellent. The next movement we're going to do, what's the next movement we're going to do?
We
Plank.
did plank.
Plank. So the next movement is a very simple movement which works what's called a transverse abdominis, which is the deepest layer of your abdomen, which wraps around and connects to your low back. So this movement here is great because not only are you working your abs, but you help strengthening your low back, which, you know, is a huge problem today. Many people have low back disorders and issues. So something like this, while is a little bit more advanced, is something that many people can do. And Ignacio is going to do it. We're going to do it on the Bosu as well, but remember, you don't need a Bosu. You can just do it on the flat ground. So go ahead and get in position.
Do you want me to do it on this one or turn it around?
Yeah, we're going to do it on this side here. So what you're going to do is just, you're going to bridge, so your elbows are at 90 degrees, okay? Elbows at 90 degrees. And you don't want to round back. Good, nice and flat. If you look at Ignacio's nice flat back, always want nice straight spine. Very good. And you keep your abs sucked in tight, so imagine that you're sucking your belly button in to your spine, like a string is pulling up here, okay? And his hips are also in alignment with his spine. It's not too low, not too high. So while he's doing this, Not only is his abdominal region working, his low back is working, also his shoulder stabilizers once again are working. Good. This is a great movement to strengthen your core. Strengthen your abs, strengthen your low back. It's challenging, isn't it?
Yeah, this is tough.
It's not easy.
No.
Very good. So typically we hold something like this. If you're a beginner, maybe 30 seconds. If you're advanced, about 90 seconds to 2 minutes. Excellent job.
All right.
The next movement is going to be what's called a Superman. So this is going to focus on the low back region, also the upper back and traps and rear deltoids. So in our modern day, you know, many times we're at desks or on the phone or driving cars. So what happens is our spine becomes protracted. Our shoulders become protracted just because that's where we work. We work in the front of our body many times. So we have overdeveloped shoulders, chest, things like that. That's why you see people slouching, or older people who don't work out, you see them like this because they don't work the back of their body. So we have to bring that into balance. So things like Superman, back rows, things like that, that help develop the rear deltoids, the rhomboids, the low back, will really help balance out any kind of postural issues if you have a lot of soreness or tightness or stress in your upper body. So basically we want to integrate balance and stability as well as big, large movements as well. Okay, so now we're not going to use the ball here for this one. So what Ignacio is going to do is just lie down on his stomach. And there's a few different progressions. We're going to do one of the more advanced progressions here. So he's going to lift up the trunk of his upper body and his arms in the air, as well as lifting up his legs. Going up, good. And just hold that. So what's happening now is his low back, his erector spinae are being activated, as well as his upper traps here in the upper back as well. And now I want you to swim back, like arms coming back. Good. So now what's happening? Now we're activating the lower region here of the mid back. So now the lats are getting stimulated. The rhomboids are also working here in the center, as well as the lower traps. And now come back up. Good. We're also, since it's a slow, subtle movement, the stabilizers, the ligaments, the tendons, and the rotator are being worked as well. So anybody with you know, rotator issues, shoulder issues, this is a great movement as well. We're working that whole shoulder capsule itself. And now let's do a few more. Just come down and up and just keep that holding. So since he's in this position, his low back is working the whole time. Nice and controlled. Good. Controlled movement is number one. Good. And make sure you're breathing as you do it. Nice and calm and relaxed. The breathing is very important because when you're breathing deep, helps oxygenate your muscles, helps the blood flow, helps the circulation. So if you feel like you're burning on those last few reps, just focus on your breath and breathe more to get through those last few reps. Very good. Excellent job. So those are some very simple movements that you can add into your workout. If you're working with me, we would be doing things like this and also doing a lot more integration of movements. This is just a little sample so you can see some very prime movements that integrate the whole body. You can get my products and also sign up for my classes and at montagio.com. Thank you. Have a great day.